Okay, what I want to show you here is I did another wood transfer, photo transfer. I did it in a different way this time. I used, instead of putting the paper with Mod Podge onto the piece of wood and then wiping it away with water, like you've seen me do in the other videos, I was able to just peel the paper away and the image was just left on there. It was a much better, I got better results. I'm gonna end up doing it like this from now on. All right, the paper I used, it wasn't just regular printing paper this time. I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it, okay? What you're gonna need is you're gonna need this sponge brush. You're gonna need something called Liquitex. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It says $16.99, but I did 40% coupon. I got it for $11. A piece of wood of some sort. You can find something in your house, or a ruler or something. And you're gonna need printer paper, label paper, and you're gonna tear the labels off. And you're gonna use the shiny side where the labels were. I'm gonna show you real quick. Try to make this. Is that I have an image of my grandson and granddaughter, Nyla and Evan. And I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it, without doing the other method I did with the water and scrubbing it away. Okay, I just peeled that off. You take some label making paper, okay, like so, and you tear all the labels off. You can see I've already done a couple of demonstrations. I'm showing how to tear it off, tear all that off, and now you're gonna use this as the front side to print your photo. Don't print it on this back piece, print it on the shiny part. See, trying to show it in the light, see if you can see it shiny. That's where you want your image to come up. And I used a laser printer, but I think you can use an inkjet, but I used the laser printer for this. Then you want to take this Liquitex glue, okay? You open it up, it looks like so, okay? It's just like a glue. And you put a nice thick coat, stick your sponge in, and put a nice thick coat on the surface that you want to put a picture on. Right now, of course, I just used this wooden plaque I got from Hobby Lobby, okay? And I did that. And then once I got that nice thick coat on there, I took the image and I put it face down. I held it down, and then I took my squeegee and I just took it and made sure all the air bubbles were out. Then I let this dry for about 5 hours or more, and then I came back and all I did was peel. It sounds like that when you're peeling it off. Peeled it off, and it only left the out, the cutout of the wood, and left the image on the paper, or on the image off the paper onto the wood. Now I'm gonna put epoxy around this, and this should come out looking nice and beautiful. But it is very detailed. I mean, way better than I could have done with rubbing the water. I mean, I'm impressed with this. This is impressive. And I'm gonna show my kids how to do it, because I was trying to tell them that if they could do special things for people, like in their workplace, or, even for their own families and stuff like that. I mean, you can make it exactly the way you want to. Can you imagine making something like this, and you're taking pictures in the military with people, or you've actually working at an office space somewhere, and y'all have unique pictures and times that y'all had together, and it's on a plaque or it's on a piece of wood or art like this that you're gonna actually make for it. I think that would be a nice gift, a nice little whatnot to give somebody. I just make these to put around the house, and I'm actually practicing with them, and I'm coming out with better ideas on how to get it done. So just wanted to give y'all a show and see how that worked out, and I'll show what the end product looks like with the epoxy. You can see I'm mixing the epoxy, part A and part B of the epoxy, and I just use a water bottle and I cut it in half, and I use a stick, and that's it. You see it's got bubbles in it, but we're gonna take those bubbles out with isopropyl alcohol. All right, I just put it inside this bottle. And you're just gonna pour it on top. And what I like to do, I like to kind of go in swirls, and then I fill up the gaps. Because this stuff, I've learned not to use a brush to move it around too much, only when I do those letters. But when I do a thing like this, I just use a little bit of drizzle. We'll fill up a gap, because this stuff is self-leveling, meaning it'll level and do what it's supposed to do all on its own. That's why people use it on countertops and make tables with it and stuff, because this stuff does what it's supposed to. So as I'm pouring it on here, you can see, maybe you can see on the camera that it's got some air bubbles, but we're about to work with those air bubbles. But it's looking, I've got a nice thick coat on there, that's for sure. Alright, so some of those air bubbles, you'll see they'll disappear here. You just kind of spray it, give it a good spray. Check it out. You can kind of see the air bubbles bursting. Let's see if I can get you a good video of that. Okay, you can see like it's popping, like popcorn a little bit. You can see bubbles, like, you know, like it's like I'm dropping something on it. I'm not. Those are the air bubbles bursting. Those are air bubbles bursting when you spray it with the alcohol. Okay, I sprayed it with the alcohol and it's taking the bubbles out. All right, this is with the epoxy on it. Man, it came out great. Look at that, you can see the wood lines. You can see the wood lines on the inside. That's all on my grandson's mouth, that's wood lines. You just see the grain lines. Look at that. Came out really, really good. And I put a sticker on the inside, said Fine Beauty, Beauty Ordinary. Just some stuff I had. Now I have to sand down the drip, and that's it. And with this one, I'm not gonna paint the back, I'm just gonna put a hanger on the back and hang it up. There it is. Came out really good.